knees wide and your arms outstretched. Or you could have your legs together and maybe your arms by your sides. So coming into that child's pose shape, allowing your forehead to relax, maybe rocking it side to side. And then just really let your body get heavy. Let your shoulder blades spread, let your arms relax. And you'll stay in that child's pose shape. And you can let your eyes close. It's Friday of this first week of shelter in place. And so just checking in with how the past few days since Tuesday have felt for you. And maybe noticing if your body is feeling differently than usual. I personally have felt a little bit tighter from sitting more and just being in the house. So we'll really make sure to open up and stretch today. Just notice how you're feeling in the hips, how you're feeling in the shoulders, how you're feeling in the neck. These kind of usual places where tension can creep in and not feel great. And as you feel into those places, can you relax a little? Like, are you holding tension? Does it feel a bit like you're squeezing through your muscles and you're getting ready maybe for like a fight? Can you drop in? You might want to take a little breath and exhale as you soften into those spaces. And then begin to deepen your breath. You could be breathing however you want right now, but just gradually breathing in and breathing out a little more deeply than you had been. Being conscious of how you're breathing. And today our kind of introductory breath, our meditation breath, will count. I'll count the first few breaths for us, and then I'll invite you to count in your head. It can be a really nice way to find some calm and steady, but also to really focus the mind if you have a tendency to kind of wander off from the present moment. Take a deep, full inhale. Open the mouth, exhale. Now we'll begin to find 5 seconds of inhale, 5 seconds of exhale. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll count for us again. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your own, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time like this, inhale. Exhale. And then come into your own rhythm of breath. And that counting, again, for me, can be really helpful. And if you found it helpful the last few where you were counting in your head, you could go from 5 seconds to up to 8 seconds. Finding that balance between the inhale and the exhale. So you fill up just as much as you let go. You've got 3 more breaths like this. And I invite you to set an intention this morning. See if you can keep it to one single word of how you want to show up in your Friday to the people that are in your home, to any work that you have to do, to the state of the world, and being okay with what you can't control. Slowly invite some movement into the We'll walk the hands all the way over to the right side of the mat as far as you can go. Drop your head down. Take a deep inhale. Deep exhale. And then walk your hands over to the left. Same thing. Stretch as far as you can away from the hips. Drop the head. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then come on back to center and make your way to tabletop. And if you want to turn on the playlist, I had fun making it. Now's a good time to press play on that. We'll find ourselves in hands and knees, and I invite you to just circle your body. So finding big circles in the hips and the shoulders. And you're in the comfort of your own home, so no need to be shy or embarrassed about how you're moving. And we'll come back to the front and go the other way. So those big circles, warming up the spine and the hips. And then we'll come back to tabletop. Inhale, drop the belly, pull the heart through. We'll pause for a moment in cow. So really letting the belly relax, finding that arch in the back. And then exhale, cat. Same thing. We'll hold here for a little bit longer than usual, stretching the back of the neck and the spine. Coming back to tabletop. And now we'll go breath to movement. Inhale, cow. Drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, cat. Push into the hands, round the back. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And then coming on back to tabletop, we'll find a little bird dog action. So starting with balance, think about zipping the belly and the ribs in. Take the right arm forward, take the left leg back. Stretch as far as you can from front to back on the mat. And then exhale, elbow to knee, round, round, round. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend long. Last time, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend long. Flex that back foot and bend the knee. And then turn this right palm away from you and sweep up and back. And you can just hold here. You don't have to grab the ankle or the foot, but you could if you wanted to. And we'll stay here for just one more round of breath. And then slowly, gently come on back. One round of cow and cat before the other side. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, push into the shins and the hands. Get as rounded as you've been. And then come back to tabletop. Belly in, ribs in, left arm forward, right leg back. Find the length, really, really stretch the body apart. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Two more, exhale. Inhale. Last time, exhale. Inhale. Flex the back foot, bend the back knee, left palm away, reach up and back. Again, you could just stay here without grabbing the foot. If it's accessible, you can grab the foot. Either way, you're opening the shoulder and you're opening the thigh and the hip flexors. One more breath. Slowly release. And we'll come into some wrist stretches. So flipping one palm facing up, fingers are facing your knees, and just shift the body weight forward and back. If that doesn't feel too bad, take it to the other wrist at the same time. And if it does, you're going one wrist at a time. So if you've been typing a lot more, you've been on your phone a lot more, these wrist stretches can be really nice, like outside of a full practice. We'll come and flip the palms down. Fingers are still facing your body, so it feels kind of like an awkward start to all fours. Take a moment to just pause the movement and then inhale, little bend in the elbows. It's like a backwards chaturanga, and then exhale to straighten. And you don't have to bend very much. Inhale to bend, exhale to straighten. One more time, inhale, exhale. And then from here, we'll just rock the hips back and lift the heels of the hands off the mat, and then come forward, heels down. Just one more time. Inhale, rock the heels of the hands off, come on back down. And then just take a moment to paw the ground, shake your wrist out, open and close your fingers. And then we'll make our way to down dog, tucking the toes, lifting those hips, shaking the head out, starting to pedal through one knee at a time. Deep bend in the right, deep bend in the left. And we'll take an inhale to lift the right leg. Exhale to step the right foot forward. Drop the left knee. Runner's lunge, inhale, lift up. Hands behind the head, hands At the nape of the neck, push the head into the hands and open the heart. Hips forward and down, front knee over ankle. Breath in, breath out. Pyramid pose. Take the hands to the mat. If you have a block, take it to the block or to your water bottle. Slide your left foot in, your back foot until it's flat, and then try to square the hips. And from here, we'll fold as much as your body allows early in the morning. Really getting a nice stretch in the back of that front leg. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then from here, we'll bend the knees and just step right to the top of the mat. Ragdoll pose, grab the elbows, let your body just shake and shimmy. Your knees can be bent. This is that easy, heavy forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Again, inhale, hands on the shins. Push into the shins to lengthen out the back. And then exhale, fold. One more time, inhale. Exhale. From here, push into the feet. Reach out, reach up, find your mountain pose, arms extended. Palms touch, hands to heart center. So taking a moment, Samasthiti, equal standing pose. So feeling that sense of equal weight in both feet, equal pressure pushing in to the center of the body with both hands. And both sides, right leg, right side of the torso, left side of the torso are lifting up, giving you length, giving you openness. Take a deep breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Maybe add a little back bend if that feels okay for you. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Step back, down dog. Finding that inverted V shape. Once again, shake the head, pedal the legs, do what you need to do here. And then finding that stillness in down dog. Left leg lifts, sweep it up. Step through Anjaneyasana, low lunge, drop the back knee, sweep the arms up. Once again, we'll cradle the head, interlace the fingers, push the head back to open the chest, elbows wide, deep breath in, deep breath out. Hands come to the mat or your block or your water bottle. Slide the right foot in until the right foot is flat. Hips are nice and square, and then fold over that left leg. Pyramid pose. Head is heavy, spine and side body are long. Take one more breath here. And then step the back foot to meet the front foot. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Push through the feet, lengthen the back out, reach the arms up, up, up. Once again, Samasthiti, equal standing pose. This time we'll add a little balance challenge, early balance challenge. Take a look at your feet. Make sure you're not turned out or turned in. You're just nice and parallel. I like to do hips distance. Gives me a little more stability. Activating the glutes and the quads and the belly, really thinking about pushing down to lift up. We'll find just a balance on the balls of the feet. And if you feel kind of wobbly today, let yourself drop, let yourself lift. Try again. We have just 2 more breaths. You might want to pick something on your floor to look at. And then lower your heels. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, big fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Plant the palms. This time step to plank. First plank of class. Let's make it nice and strong. Plant the palms, middle fingers forward. Take those inner elbows and try to roll them to the front of your mat. And then from there, spread the shoulder blades. So it's almost like your upper back lifts a bit. From there, belly button in, glutes strong, legs strong. Push through your heels. You may want to wiggle your feet back. And we'll stay for 3 breaths, just nice and still. Breath flowing through the body. One more round of breath. And then shift the body weight forward. So your shoulders are well past your wrists. You're on the tips of your toes. It shouldn't feel very comfortable. It should feel pretty engaging for the whole body. And then we'll drop the knees gently and lower all the way to the belly. From here, forehead to the mat. Untuck the toes. Slide the hands by the ribs and squeeze the elbows back. Before we do anything, really feel your toenails pushing into the ground, maybe so much that your kneecaps lift. And then we'll take our low cobra. Inhale, chest lifts, head lifts. Your feet are still down, your hands are still down. One more breath here. And then lower the forehead, lower the chest. Push back to child's pose, knees wide or together. And then bring the weight forward into the hands, tuck the toes, lift the knees and hips, big down dog. Zip the legs together, lift the heels high, bend the knees, look forward, take some steps or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold right away, reach up, look up. Palms touch, hands to heart center. We'll try that balance again, fixing your eyes on something like the floor. Lift your heels, press into the balls of your feet. One breath in, one breath out. Lower your heels, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Step back, plank. Again, finding all of those points of contact, all of those points of engagement in the body. Next, inhale, shift the weight forward. Drop the knees if you need to, or maybe this time try that chaturanga without the knees down. And then lower all the way to your belly. Untuck the toes, inhale. Low cobra becomes high cobra. So now we're keeping the hips on the ground. Maybe your arms can fully straighten, or maybe like me, they just unbend a little bit. Exhale to the mat. Push back, down dog right away. Press into the feet. Zip the legs together, lift the heels, bend the knees, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Stand tall, reach up. One last time for that balance. Toes forward, press into the balls of the feet, lift the heels. One breath in, one breath out. Drop the heels, reach up, maybe add that back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Plant the palms, find your plank. Your vinyasa. So we've done two variations so far. The third one is to go from that chaturanga, flip over the feet for up dog, hips stay off the ground. And we'll all meet in down dog. Taking a moment here to pause, you may want to drop the heels a little bit closer to the ground, and you might want to bend your knees. Pressing your hands a little more into the mat to lift the shoulders and the arms up and away from those hands. And then from here, right leg lifts. This time, bend the knee, open the hip. Get that really deep stretch. And we'll exhale, come to plank. Watch out for any walking pets. Take the right knee to the left arm. Inhale, lift the left leg up, knee is bent. Exhale, right knee comes under the body to the left arm. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the leg. Don't bend the knee, don't open the hip. Find that three-legged dog. Toes to the floor, heel towards the ceiling. Square those hips off. So if your hip is really open, drop that right hip. From here, step forward. This time, back knee stays up. Fingertips to the mat, and we'll take those little shifts forward and back that we often do in this lunge. And then we'll come up. So finding stillness, right knee is over the ankle. Bringing your chest up, bringing your arms up. Steadying your eyes. And if any of you are practicing on carpet, it's much more challenging on carpet, so kudos to you for finding your balance here. We'll reach those arms up. Interlace the fingers, hands behind the head, and like we did in our low lunge, start to open out. Open out the chest. Push that back heel farther away from the hip. Get that nice deep stretch in the hip flexors. One more breath here. And then hands to prayer, power lunge. So we go from this really open belly and chest to this really closed belly and chest. Back leg is on fire. You can stay here and work this lunge, or you can find your block or your water bottle and slide forward, warrior three. Remember those square hips from three-legged dog. They're back. Left leg is square with the right. Maybe you start to feel adventurous and you take your hands to prayer for warrior three. We've got one more breath here. And then step to the top of the mat, chair pose. Sit low, reach high. We'll inhale to lift the hips just a few inches up. Exhale to lower the hips down. One more time, inhale to lift the hips up. Exhale to lower the hips down, and then we'll come all the way to a seat. And it doesn't have to be graceful at all. It never is for me. And we'll grab that strap or that towel. And if you didn't grab one, quickly go grab one now. Like we do when we're at Truve, we don't need anything fancy. We just want something to hold between our hands. You'll take that object, your strap or your towel or your blanket, between your hands. Take a moment to roll the shoulders up, down, and back. This is the place you want to stay. So your back feels engaged, your arms feel engaged, you're lifting up through your spine, your belly is nice and tight. We'll inhale to lean back as far as you feel comfortable, and then lift the legs maybe, boat pose. If it feels good here and you want a little more challenge, you can straighten your legs. And if you want a little more challenge with the arms, maybe you bring your arms by your ears. Deep breath in, spine stays long, deep breath out. One more breath, inhale, exhale. All right, bring those feet down, bring the arms forward, take a moment, forehead to the knees, hug your shins, allow the neck to stretch. And then we'll come into a little bit of a flow with low boat and high boat. So still engaging that core. We'll return to that starting position, roll the shoulders up, down, and back. Push the wrists away from the shoulders, and we'll lean back. Find your boat pose. Take one full breath here, straight legs or bent knees. Next inhale, tap just your low back down. Try to keep your shoulders, your legs, your arms up. Exhale, lift back up. Again, inhale, low back down. Everything else is off. Exhale up. One more time. Inhale, low back down. Exhale up. Maybe straighten the legs, maybe straighten the arms. And then release your strap, your towel, forehead to the knees, hug yourself. And then we'll find some balance on those sits bones. So lift onto the tips of the toes. You're hugging your knees in. And then start to destabilize. Rock forward and back, forward and back. And you can make this really big. You can have fun with this. This is a nice movement to do with your kids if you have kids. One more time. When you get to the top, plant the palms, step back to plank, move through your vinyasa. Remember, you have that option to drop the knees and lower all the way to the belly, and then find your cobra and push back to down dog, or your chaturanga to up dog. Left leg lift. So we have that left side to do. Bend the knee, open the hip. Find that really delicious stretch. And then we'll take the twist. Left leg comes under the body to the right arm. You should feel your obliques. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, you find your plank, you just move your leg. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, big twist. Inhale, that three-legged dog. So my hip isn't open anymore, it's closed. My leg is not bent anymore, it's straight. Heel up, toe down. One more breath here. And then step through. Hands stay on the ground or fingertips stay on the ground. Runner's lunge, start to shift the weight forward and back. So coming into a little more awareness of the legs. When you're ready to silence the movement, left knee over ankle, hips forward, lifting up. Finding the focus, the drishti, taking the interlace of the hands behind the head again, and using that to push the head back, to drop the hips down and forward, and to lengthen the right thigh. Breath in, breath out. Coming out of the shape with the hands, hands come to prayer, tip your weight forward, power lunge. We're still really square in the hips. The back thigh is very involved in this. We're starting to feel a little more action in the center as well. And then shifting forward, warrior three. You could have that assisted warrior three with your object that's a few feet high. Squaring off the right hip to the ground. Sometimes the balance doesn't stick, and that's okay. If you want to, hands to prayer, just see what happens. One more breath, warrior three. And then chair pose. This time, hands stay in prayer, sit the hips down. Keep the left hand at the chest. Inhale, right arm sweeps back. Look over your right shoulder. Stay here, weight in the balls of the feet, lift the heels. Find that balance. Drop the heels, return prayer to the chest. Take a moment, recalibrate. Right hand stays, left arm sweeps back. Look over the left shoulder. Lift the heels, find your balance. Drop the heels, come back to center. Inhale, standing back bend. Exhale, big forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Find your plank, go through your flow. And remember, this isn't a race. This isn't like cardio where you're trying to move as fast as possible. You're actually just trying to match your movement changes with your breath changes. Taking a moment in down dog, feeling the length in the spine, the arms, the legs, the looseness in the head and neck. One more breath here. Right leg lifts. Bend the knee, open the hip. This time we won't twist. We'll take this bent right knee to the right arm. We're still in plank when we come forward. Again, inhale, we lift it up. Exhale, we take it forward. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take it forward. Inhale that three-legged dog. Square hips as straight and long as you can get your right leg. It's okay if it's not high. Step the foot through, high lunge right away. Different arms this time. We'll keep the arms up so that we can then swing the right arm back and the left arm forward for that open twist. Archer's lunge, left hip and left fingers are reaching to the front of the mat. Right hip and right fingers are pulling to the back of the mat. Take one more breath here. And then unravel the body, big warrior two. Bend the right knee, drop the left heel down, nice and wide. One time, straighten the right leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, back to warrior two. Keep the legs. Inhale, reverse warrior, reaching to your back leg, your straight leg. Top arm is reaching overhead. And notice if you kind of let that arm droop and rest on your head, it's just like your leg was in three-legged dog. It's really extended and long. Take one more breath here. And then side angle, keeping the right knee bent. Let your right arm rest on your right leg. Left arm overhead. Again, the arm is long, it's extended. Your waist, your ribs are starting to wrap towards whatever is behind your mat. Take one more breath here. And then bringing yourself up, star pose. It's just a simple standing pose where you're turned out. Toes are facing to the sides, arms are up. Inhale, baby back bend, root through the feet, squeeze through the glutes. And then exhale, goddess squat. Bend the knees, sit low. Two more times. Inhale, open up, maybe a little baby back bend. Exhale, squat, hands to prayer. One more time. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, squat it down. And we'll stretch this guy out a little bit so you can rest your hands or your elbows on your inner thighs. And you can move your weight around, you can bounce, whatever feels good to you. Maybe that shoulder stretch. You have a few more breaths here. Just nice open hips. Extending through the groin. All right. Confusing our brain a little bit, we're going to turn to the back of the mat. So we're going to turn towards our left leg. Right hand will find the mat. Left arm will reach up. Our easy twist. Take a moment to just wrap that left shoulder blade down. Maybe open the left arm past vertical. And then bring that left hand to the mat. Left leg sweeps up. Just take a moment, shake that leg out. Step to down dog, move through your vinyasa, or just stay in the mat, which is totally fine as well. Okay, we just did two poses with the left leg. We're going to do that whole flow now with the left leg. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee, open the hip. As you come forward to plank, your left knee comes to your left arm. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, take it forward. One more. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, take it forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. That's square leg, square hips. It might mean the leg drops. That's okay. Step it forward, or what was the back of the mat is now the front of the mat. Find that high lunge. Taking this to a twisted lunge. Right arm and hip pull forward. Left arm and hip pull back. So you're in that twist. You're twisting towards your front leg, which is your left leg. Take one more breath here. Maybe you sit deeper in the hips.
And then windmill the arms open, big warrior two. Your warrior two is facing the back of the mat now. One time, inhale, stretch the left leg, lift up. Exhale, warrior two. Staying here, everything stays the same with the legs, you just reach back. So reach towards that right leg. Left arm again, it's not just hanging out, it's really lengthening. And then keep the leg side angle, you reach towards your left leg, right arm overhead, start to pivot your body towards the ceiling. Good, and then lift yourself all the way up, back to that star pose, toes out, heels in. Take an inhale to lift the heart. This time a little bit different. Exhale, parallel the feet, fold all the way over. And you can bend your knees along that journey. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Reach the arms out and up, stand up. One more time, heels in, toes out. Little baby back bend. Exhale, parallel the feet, fold forward. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Stay for a breath in the fold. And you may want to play with your weight distribution. Sometimes it's nice to take the weight forward and back in the feet, or to bend one knee and the other like you're doing a kind of a small side lunge. And we'll crawl to the front of the mat. So now we're back to our normal facing of front. Right leg is in the front, left leg is in the back. Easy twist here. Left hand down, right arm peels up. If you want to, you can take that right arm past vertical, opening, 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 opening. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Sweep the right leg up. Give that hip and leg some space and juice. And then step the foot down. Go through your flow if that's what you're feeling. Otherwise, we're going to be meeting in down dog or child's pose or any other shape for about 5 breaths. So this is that point in class where I normally kind of let you do your own thing. It's often a good time to drop back into your intention, to hydrate. All right, yogis, let's take a couple more breaths here. And if you're choosing to be playful in this time, awesome. Keep playing with whatever shapes you are. If you chose rest, really let yourself find this little bit of reprieve where you don't have to do anything, you don't have to be in any shape. All right, let's go ahead and meet back together. Sun Salutation B, round 2, completely different than what we just did. Find your down dog, shake things out if you need to, let the head be heavy. Zip the legs together, inhale, lift the heels high, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Push through the feet, reach all the way up. Side bending, grab your left wrist with your right hand and stretch to the right. And if there's a wall on your right, scooch a little to the left if you can to give yourself space. Come on back to center. Other side, switch the grip, pull your torso to the left, ground through your right foot. Again, if you need to move, you move a little to the side. Coming back to center. Interlace the fingers, push the palms forward, and just stretch the hands forward. Drop the chin, open the shoulder blades and the upper back and the neck. And then taking this into a back bend, pushing through the feet, lifting the heart. Hands come up and over. And then exhale, chair pose. Locate that strap or that towel again. We'll take our chest opening chair pose. So bringing the hands behind, the wider your hands are, the gentler this is on your shoulders, the closer your hands, the more intense. So you decide where you want to be. Feet parallel, hips distance away from each other. Strap, towel is reaching back. And we'll keep the shape in the body pretty much the same. We'll be moving the arms, so we'll deepen the stretch in the shoulders. Make sure the weight is in the heels. Make sure the knees are back more over the ankles. Make sure that you're not dropping into your low back. Your belly is engaged. There's support for the spine. And then we'll inhale to lift the hands, the strap, the towel away from the body. And then exhale to bring them back down. Nothing else is moved. Inhale, hands up, arms up. Exhale, hands down, arms down. One more time. Inhale to open. Exhale to fold. Push through the feet, back bend. You still have that object in your hands. Push the hips forward. You still have the object in your hand. Fold forward. Notice if your shoulders are dropping down to your ears. Lift your shoulders up. Shake your head out, create space in the neck. And then keep lifting the hands up. And then maybe start to take the hands, the strap, the towel, towards your big toes. Towards your pinky toes. Away from your heels. One more breath. And then let this go. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Again, flow is optional. We'll meet in down dog as we always do. Okay, different flow than before. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, nothing fancy. Step through, high lunge. Returning to that balance of warrior three. This time though, head forward, arms back. Push off of the right foot, lift the left leg. See if you can take this balance without your block, without your water bottle. And then we'll roll ourselves up, one-legged mountain. Left knee is bent in front of us, hands reaching up. The longer you can get in your standing leg, the easier the balance. And then tree pose, left knee opens out. It can find the upper thigh, the calf, the ankle, whatever you want. And we'll bring the right hand to the heart and the left hand to the left knee. Take an inhale to lift the chin and lift the gaze as you push your foot and your leg in towards each other. And then exhale, take this right hand that was at the heart and start to reach it over your head towards the left. Left hand might be sliding down that left knee. Take one more breath here. And then open out, big warrior two. Inhale to reverse your warrior. We've been here before. Exhale, side angle. One more like that. Nice and quick with the breath. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. This is where you may want your block or your water bottle again. Locate that object, put it about 2 feet in front of your right big toe, and make sure your right big toe is pointed directly forward of your mat. Left hand to the hip. Look at the floor. Start to slide your body forward. Right hand can be on that object or not. Left leg lifts. You're stacking the left hip over your right hip. And then from here, you could start to change what you're doing a little bit. You could take your gaze forward. You could take your left arm up. You could take your right hand off of the object. Take one more breath. And then chair pose, top of the mat. This time legs together, hands to heart center. Returning to our twist. Drop the belly a little bit lower. Turn the left elbow so it starts to face the floor, right elbow the ceiling. If you want, you can hook the left elbow outside of the right thigh. 3 breaths. Peek at your left knee. If it's really forward of your right, pull it back. Find that equal line. Twisting from the ribs, from the belly. And then exhale, standing back, then push through the feet. Lift the heart, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. You might want to get your feet a little farther apart. Inhale, half lift. And we move through that flow. Okay. Left side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Remember, no fancy tricks. Step through. High lunge. This time we'll keep the arms forward. So just tip the torso at a diagonal forward. Keep going forward. See if you can keep your arms where they are. Warrior 3. One-legged mountain exhale. Start to bend the right knee in and in. And once you arrive, if you need to tap your foot, fine. Recalibrate. Lengthen through the left leg. Right knee lifts. You'll open the right knee, find your tree. Again, high or low or medium, doesn't matter. Left hand to the heart like a half prayer. Right hand to the right leg. Take a moment here. Inhale to lift your gaze, lift your chin. Exhale, take the left hand over the ear towards the right leg. Side bend, side bend, side bend. And then let it go, warrior two. Opening nice and wide. We're still facing the front of the mat. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Remember that back leg is really straight and foot is really grounded. One more time, inhale back. Exhale, side angle. Here is where that balance comes in. So again, if you want to use your prop, set it up in front of your left big toe, 2 feet or so. Right hand to the hip, look at the ground. Slide your body forward, and then once you get your left hip over your left knee, you can start to lift your right leg. And again, you're at home, you're in a really safe place to experiment, so feel free to get experimental with your balance. One more breath here. Step to the top of the mat, chair pose. Squeeze the legs together. Find your Anjali Mudra, your prayer hands. We'll twist to the left. Right elbow goes down, left elbow goes up. You can unhook or hook, totally up to you. 2 more breaths here. Coming back to center, standing back, but maybe widen those feet. Exhale, forward fold, drop it over. Inhale, half lift. One of the last few flows of class. So again, maybe making a little more intention in the movement and the connection of breath to movement here. Once again, we're at that pause. So 5 breaths, your choice of pose, and it could also be a chance to get water and to not be in a yoga pose, which is fine. Again, this is a good chance to ground back in, to ground back into the intention, to come back into those slow breaths. You might, in these moments of pause, want to come back to counting the breath, equal seconds of inhale to equal seconds of exhale. All right, let's make our way back to down dog. We'll take just a few more balance poses, and then everything else will be grounded. So finding your down dog, hips high, hands planted, heels reaching downwards. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, nothing fancy, step through, set up pyramid. We've been here before. Back heel is down, hips are level. And we'll come into the half lift variation, which requires a little more balance and control. So hands to the hips, lift your belly so that it's parallel to the ground. And with the hands on the hips, you can feel if one hip is a little forward versus if the hips are square. And you really want as square as possible. Think about pulling the shoulders away from the ears, really lengthening the neck. And then from here, reach your arms just by your hips. So take them off the hips and just reach the fingers past the hips. Keep everything the same, but just tip the torso down. And if you're locking out your right knee, put a little baby bend in that right knee. Start to draw the chest down. Your arms are reaching up. We're taking that Utthita Parsvottanasana, extended pyramid pose. One more breath here. And then balancing on the hands. Hands come down. Standing splits. And remember, it's not about how this looks. You really just want to feel the torso and head dropping down. The left hip still square and the left leg lifting up. Shake a head, take the head to shake yes and then shake no. And then from this low place, we'll come really high. One more one-legged mountain on this side. And if you need to tap the foot, again, no one's going to be upset with you. Eagle pose. Bend the right knee. Stack the left thigh over the right. Tap the left foot if you need to. And then swing the arms out, left under right arm. Hands can touch, or if it's easier, hands on the shoulders, not a problem. Inhale to lift the elbows up. Exhale, start to fold, but squeeze those thighs together. Take a peek at your knees. They're pointing forward. Focus of the mind and the breath and the eyes are in this. 2 more breaths. Slowly come up. Take the feet apart, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Again, option for one of the last few vinyasas if you want to, otherwise down dog. Okay. Left leg sweeps. Again, no fancy tricks, just step it through. Pyramid pose. Right foot is flat. Hands on the hips, square off those hips. And sometimes just shortening your stance can help you get the hips a little square. We'll find that belly, chest parallel to the mat. Again, watch that left knee. If it's really locked in, loosen it up for a moment, bend that knee. And this time, we'll take the hands to prayer. Keep pushing through the right foot, keep pushing through the left heel, and start to drop the chest downward. So finding that little angle pyramid pose, it's still a balance. So my hands are still in prayer, head is still dropping downwards. One more breath here. And then hands to the mat, standing splits. Right leg up, head down. Again, not worried about how it looks. One more breath here. And then one-legged mountain, roll yourself on up. Right knee bent, reaching up. Bend into that left knee. Take the right thigh over the left. Get your eagle leg set. And then swim the arms out wide, right under left elbow. Hands to prayer or hands to shoulders. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit low. And we'll start to fold over, over, over. Couple more breaths here. Squeezing the legs together, pointing the knees forward. Feeling really kind of tight and wrapped up. Not necessarily the most comfortable pose. Really great for focus. One more breath. Slowly lift yourself up. Unravel. 2 feet to the ground. Reach up, look up. Exhale, fold. Last vinyasa. Inhale, half lift. Plant the palms. Go through. Steady breath. All right. From here, inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, slide through for your half pigeon. And remembering with half pigeon, you want your knee wider than your hip, your front knee. And you don't want your left knee facing the device that you're using to watch this. You want your back knee facing the ground. And if you have a pillow or a block or that towel, you can put it under your right butt cheek if you feel like it's really challenging to hold yourself here in this shape. And then we fold. And if this isn't working for you, it's really painful for your knees, your ankles, that figure 4, as many of you know, is a great option and alternative. So wherever you are in your hip opener, like those pauses we took, let yourself relax. You might even want to flutter the lips or just really sigh. Noticing that residual tension and seeing if you can let it go. You have 3 more breaths in your half pigeon or your figure 4 on this right side. If you're on your back in figure 4, you'll want to just wrap yourself up. If you're in half pigeon, bring your torso up, take the weight into the right hip, swing the left leg around, and we'll come into butterfly, Baddha Konasana. But today the variation, instead of feet really, really close and spine really long, we'll take the feet intentionally away from the hips, creating more of a wide diamond, and we'll let the body round into this shape. So it should feel a little more relaxing, more about the joints and the muscles. Tuck the chin in, and then just let the body fold into the shape you created in the legs. If your neck doesn't love this, you can make 2 fists, stack them, and put them under your forehead. And see if you can feel your breath in your back ribs here. So you're breathing so deeply that you can feel those back ribs expand and contract, even in the slightest. And then slowly bring yourself up. Plant your feet, plant your hands behind you. Fingers face your feet. Reverse tabletop, lift your hips up, open your front body, and start to just shift your weight. Knees forward, knees back, just a little bit. And then coming on down, you could return to down dog to come into half pigeon on the left side, or you could just swing your legs around. Same thing for those of you in figure 4. So whatever makes more sense for you to come into your left side hip opener, go for it. Propping up how you need to, making sure that left knee is wider than the hip, it's open out. And again, folding if you're in half pigeon when you're ready. Figure 4, you can use your arms if you want. And noticing those internal sounds, the sound of the breath. And if there is any external noise or light, noticing it as well. There's a car alarm going on outside. And seeing if you can let that be, however annoying that sound might be, because you can't control it, and coming back into what you can control, which is your reaction to that sound, but also you have your own sounds, that really nice breath. So if your mind's been taken away to external, coming back to that internal. If you're on your back, once again, I'll have you just rock up to meet in a seat. And half pigeons, lift your torso, shimmy the weight to the left hip, bring both legs around. We'll come into Paschimottanasana. And again, this is where you'll want maybe your strap or your towel. If you're hypermobile, you might want a block behind your feet, or to try and grab your wrists behind your feet. I'll demo with the strap. We'll take the strap or the towel around the feet, sitting up really tall, and it helps if you can flex your feet and really push out through your feet. Keep this length, and just like somebody put their hand at your hip crease, start to fold forward. Let your head drop when you get into that eventual place of fold. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then slowly lift yourself up. Release the towel. We'll take one very short back bend. Bend your knees. Slide your body down. And we'll take bridge today, unless you have an upward facing bow, a wheel practice that you want to practice safely at home. Hands by the sides, feet down, knees up. Pulling the belly button to the spine. Inhale, lift the hips. Opening the front body. We did 2 forward folds just now. So releasing those by opening the front body, engaging the back body. 2 more breaths here. And slowly lower your hips down. Wind removing pose. Hugging the knees into the chest. That's all it is. Just letting the weight of the legs drop into the organs. And rocking around on the hips and the spine. We'll take a simple twist. Arms out wide. Shift the hips a little bit to the left. Knees drop to the right. And you could always have the knees rest on your block or your towel. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Switch sides, hips to the right, knees to the left. If you used an object on that side, you probably want it for this side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then coming onto your back. If there are any last poses you want to do, go for it. Just make sure that they are in the more yin, relaxing family. And when you're ready to, finding that Shavasana, legs and arms long. If you started to get a little chilly, you might want to pull a blanket over you or put on a sweatshirt. Letting the back body relax into the mat. Letting the eyes close. Slowly start to bring awareness back into your body, wiggling your fingers and wiggling your toes. And since we haven't been out of bed very long, a good morning stretch should feel really extra delicious. Take the arms by the ears, take the legs forward, maybe point through the toes, and then rolling onto your right hip or your left hip. And then coming into a comfortable seat. And we'll end this morning with just one more breath. Hands can be on the legs or at prayer, sitting nice and tall. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. The light and teacher in me sees, even virtually, the light and teacher in all of you. Thank you for joining me.